Hey Planeteer, what are you driving there?
A hybrid?
Awesome, keep up the good work. Hey Planeteers, Captain Planet here. Come to tell you about a cool kid named Jimmy who's growing plants and fish together in aquaponics. Let's go check it out. In this trash can is my fish tank. I feed my fish, they then create ammonia, which then flows down the pipe into the first trough. Now ammonia is used by beneficial bacteria to make nitrates and nitrites, which are plant nutrients. The nutrients flows down the roots from one trough to another, where all the plants will be in these little holes with the roots hanging in, which then takes all the nutrients out of the water, leaving clean water to be pumped back to the fish for happy fish and happy plants. Yeah! So here's where I'm planting my plants. I put the seeds in rows, and then once they get an inch tall, I'll put them into the holes in my grow beds. Cool! Wow, Jimmy, that's awesome. Good way to help the planet. Hey Planeteers, do you guys like strawberries? Well, here's a way you can do aquaponics at home.
Today we're going to make a small home aquaponics system to grow strawberries with a fish inside. So you'll need a milk carton, 1 gallon milk carton. You could also use anything, any large container bigger than this, but you're going to want to have the plant on top. 2 Dixie cups, any simple plastic cup will do. An air pump. This is the cheapest air pump I found at Petco. It was about $13, and it's an air pump, not a water pump. They're a bit quieter, smaller, cheaper. You also need strawberry crowns. This is a strawberry crown. Here's another strawberry crown. Now strawberries don't seed. A big branch comes off a mother plant and starts rooting again. That's how strawberries are produced, and these are one of those re-roots. And this is what we'll be starting with for the strawberries. Then we have tubing. I recommend this is about 3/8 inch tubing, and then this is 5/8 piece. My recommendation is to keep it kind of small, about this size, but the key is that this piece needs to fit perfectly onto this piece. So I have about 1 foot in length of the 3/8 inch and about 1.5 inches to 2 inches of the 5/8 inch. Now you're going to take them, put them together. It needs to fit tightly and snugly so that water won't go in and out. But water won't go in and out of the seal there, but will go up and down it. You can leave that like that. Other things you'll need: scissors, a knife, Sharpie, tape, and construction paper. So first we're going to cut the jug. Make sure it's empty. It's best if it's cleaned out. I recommend taking your pen, and what you're going to want to do is cut a line across the top from one end to the other and just make a giant triangle out of it, like so. Take the scissors, cut it out. Then this back portion here, we're going to want to cut that off. I like to kind of shave this up, make it a bit smoother. This is where the cups are going to go. Then what you're going to want to do is fill this up about halfway with water, and then put in dechlorinating solution, which you can also find from Petco. After you're done filling the jug up with water and then putting the dechlorinating solution in, you're going to let it sit there. Don't put the fish in yet. We'll move on to the Dixie cups. First off, with one cup, you're going to make 2 holes about halfway up the cup on opposite sides. I recommend, if you're using solo cups, cut out the middle O in solo. I like to use a knife because it's hard to start the hole with the scissors. So I'm going to poke in a hole. I also recommend cutting sideways so as not to start a large tear. As you notice, this started to tear a bit. Now take your scissors, finish cutting out the O. And it doesn't have to be too pretty. It just needs to be about a bit smaller than the size of a dime. Just make sure to cut that O out. This is going to be the outer cup, which when full of water will overflow once halfway full. Now we can put this cup aside. The second cup, the inside cup. First off, we're going to stab a hole in the top. Be careful when stabbing, not to cut yourself. I like to start opening it up a little bit. And then on top, you're going to want to cut out a hole about the size of a dime. And now make 2 slits so that you've got a little bit of flexibility when planting your plant to be able to put the plant in and out. After making the cut so that we can put our plant inside, what we're going to do is come over to the side here. We're going to cut about 1 inch in to about where these riffles start. Then we're going to want to cut this whole end off. I like to take 1 inch to about 1/2 inch off, because this will allow the top of your cup to sit down inside the other. Once doing that, come over to again the solo side, and we're going to make 2 cuts on opposite sides. So I already got most of one here. Another 2 cuts. I like to do it about 1 inch to 1.5 inches wide. About halfway down this, what we're going to do is fold these over. So about halfway down, I like to make slits in the middle so that they can hook into one another. The slit should only go halfway across, but make sure that the slit on one side is opposite to the slit on the other. Once you do that, you can fit the 2 slits into one another, and they should lock into place. This is what you're going to hold your plant in there. The roots will hang down around the sides and rest in the water. When putting these together, you want the open area to face the open holes, and I'll show you why in a second. What we're going to do is we're going to take our tubing that we put together, make sure it's stuck in there so that it's nice and tight. We're going to take this, put the small end in, and put it in the far corner at the bottom. We'll take our top part, place it in so that the tube's coming in the open side. Place it nice down in there. Then we're going to take our cheap Petco pump, which I have over on this tank, And when you have it like this, you're just going to stick the end of the tube into the end about 3/4 of the way up. Place that inside the tank. See, the water's already coming through. The air is pushing it up. And there you go. Now it's time to place the plant in the top and the fish in the tank. Once you have your tank functioning, water is able to come up to the top. One thing you're going to want to do is help keep the light from the fish. Fish don't want to be in direct sunlight. So what we're going to do is take a piece of construction paper and tape it around the front. It's great to do a design on it. There you go.
Well, gang, I'm off. Keep on finding new ways to save the planet.
Power is yours!
Yeah!